Part 2. The Hunger That Moved a Continent. America did not expand because it was confident. It expanded because it was afraid. Afraid of collapse, afraid of enemies, afraid that if it stopped moving, the fragile experiment would tear itself apart under the weight of its own contradictions. So it moved west, not as a march of heroes, but as a wave of hunger. Part 2. The Hunger That Moved a Continent. America did not expand because it was confident. It expanded because it was afraid. Afraid of collapse, afraid of enemies, afraid that if it stopped moving, the fragile experiment would tear itself apart under the weight of its own contradictions. So it moved west, not as a march of heroes, but as a wave of hunger. Chapter 8. The Myth of Empty Land. The maps told a lie. They showed vast blank spaces beyond the Appalachian Mountains, white, silent, waiting. To politicians in Philadelphia and later Washington, those spaces looked like destiny. To the people already living there, they looked like an approaching storm. Native nations had governed, farmed, hunted, traded, and defended these lands for generations. They had treaties, signed, stamped, and sworn, guaranteeing their sovereignty. Those treaties lasted only as long as they remained convenient. Expansion was never a misunderstanding. It was a decision. Chapter 9. Manifest Destiny, a beautiful name for violence. In the 1840s, a phrase entered the American bloodstream: manifest destiny. It sounded holy. It meant ruthless. The idea claimed that Americans were divinely ordained to expand from ocean to ocean. God, history, and progress were all conveniently on their side. This belief transformed land theft into moral duty. Families packed their lives into wooden wagons and rolled toward the unknown. Cholera spread faster than hope. Children were buried beside the trail. Graves became mile markers of ambition. Yet the wagons kept coming, because westward expansion offered something irresistible: reinvention. In the East, your name followed you. Your past haunted you. In the West, you could be anyone if you survived. Chapter 10. The Trail of Tears. The Cherokee Nation believed the law would protect them. They had adopted farming, built schools, published newspapers, written a constitution modeled after America's own. It did not matter. In 1838, the United States government ordered their removal. Soldiers arrived with rifles and deadlines. More than 16,000 Cherokee were forced west on foot. Children, elders, mothers carrying infants through freezing rain. Winter came early. By the time the march ended, nearly 4,000 were dead. The survivors named the journey Nuna de al Tsuni, the trail where they cried. America called it policy. Chapter 11. Gold, Guns, and Broken Promises. In 1848, gold was discovered in California. Within months, the world rushed in. Americans from the East, prospectors from China, laborers from Mexico, dreamers from Europe. San Francisco transformed from a quiet harbor into a violent boomtown. Law followed money. Justice followed the gun. Native Californians were hunted, displaced, and massacred. Bounties were paid for their deaths. Entire communities vanished. This, too, was called progress. Chapter 12. A nation split by a single question. As America expanded, one question poisoned everything it touched. would slavery go with it? Every new territory threatened balance. Every compromise delayed the inevitable. The nation tried to draw lines on maps to solve a moral catastrophe. Lines did not work. The country was not growing, it was tearing itself apart. Chapter 13: Iron, Smoke, and Speed. While the frontier consumed lives, cities transformed beyond recognition. Railroads stitched the continent together with iron. Factories rose overnight. Machines replaced muscle. Immigrants poured in by the millions, fleeing famine, war, and persecution. They found work that was brutal, dangerous, and necessary. Children labored. Air darkened. Fortunes multiplied. America learned how to create wealth faster than any nation in history. It did not yet learn how to protect the people who created it. Chapter 14: The Dream That Cut Both Ways. The American dream promised upward movement, but ladders were crowded, and many were never allowed to climb. For every success story, there were 10 silent failures crushed beneath it. Still, belief persisted, because belief itself became a survival tool. As long as people believed tomorrow could be better, they endured today. That belief became the fuel that pushed America forward, even as it burned those left behind.